Hey guys, welcome. Good night. Hey Danielle, I see you're the first one in the house tonight, so shout out Danielle. Let me see if I can put these on, see if I could see how it's gonna sound if y'all could hear me just fine. Let me see. Hopefully I'm not messing up too much of my hair. But hey guys, welcome in, welcome in. Hey Danielle, I see you are in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. How does the audio sound tonight? Please put a 1 in the chat or something. Let me know that you can hear the audio just fine because yeah, I know I was having some technical difficulties. Hey. So excited to see you. So excited. Hey, Spence. Welcome in. Good night. Good night. So good to see you guys. I appreciate that so much, Daniel. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, your girl was going through some computer and technical difficulties, but with multiple help, I was able to get it under control because your girl was panicking, like not tonight again. We're not going to do this tonight again. So beyond grateful that we got that sorted out. So, hey guys, welcome to Life Beyond Narcissism. It's your favorite coach, Nessa, here bringing you another video. And tonight's topic is dreaming of the narcissist. I wonder what that's like for you guys. How many dreams have you been having with the narcissist? Does the narcissist keep showing up in your dreams? And what does even dreaming about the narcissist means? We're in for a little treat tonight because I remember having a dream about the narcissist. And I love the fact that I got the dream because it prepared me for what was to come next. So definitely want to jump into the topic tonight. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Don't forget to hit the like button. So for those of you guys who are watching it now live, welcome in. Go ahead and hit the like button. And also for those of you guys who are watching it on the replay, welcome and welcome back to the family. I appreciate you guys for being here. You would wait all night. Oh, Danielle, you made me feel so special. You would really wait for me all night. Oh, I appreciate you so much. That's why I made sure that I put out a flyer so you guys know for sure that I am going to be live because I know it's Saturday night that I'm supposed to be going out. That I'm supposed to go live, but I'm actually going out Saturday night. Yeah, I'm getting tongue-tied, sorry. So I'm supposed to be going out Saturday night if I don't get canceled on. But I'm supposed to be going out Saturday night. So I made sure I just moved the show tonight so we could definitely jump into the conversation and just talk about it because I remember, y'all know I always got a story about some event, about something that happened or whatever. So I remember it was 2021 around October, November-ish time. And I started to have dreams about the narcissist. It was plain as day. It wasn't anything that didn't look real. And one of the dreams that I remember having was I would start to see things. So it didn't feel, hey Alicia, hey sis, welcome in. Welcome in. So glad you could make it tonight. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I just got started, so you didn't miss anything. We're just about to go into one of the first dreams when I started to dream about the narcissist. And backstory, really quickly, is that when he would get pay, it wasn't. I'm not going to distribute his paycheck. It wasn't about the amount, okay? Whatever he would get paid. But I'm going to give an example. Hey, Mark Cargo, just found your channel and you glad you did. Oh, welcome in. So glad to have you. Hop on in, join the family. Welcome to the family. We're all family here. And we create a space here so you guys could talk about narcissism and actually understand what it is, how to heal from it, and how to gain yourself back and restore your confidence, build your self-esteem, and set healthy boundaries. Okay. So like before, when he would work, right? Say for example, this is just an example, he would get paid probably like $300 for the week, right? He would deposit that money into the ATM machine, knowing that it didn't clear yet, but then go to the racetrack and start gambling and gamble like about $800. So he'll put in three, gamble or take out, withdraw 800 from the bank account, And then when I'm calling his phone to ask him like what's going on, of course I get ignored, because why am I calling him to talk to him about it? And he knows exactly why I'm calling to talk to him about, like, what are you doing? The money's in the account to pay the bills, and he's just recklessly doing things. And not only that, you only put $300 in there. How are you withdrawing $800 and you're gambling it? Like, we have bills to pay. Like, what are you doing? But I gave you that backstory because I started to have dreams in 2021 about horses. And it was one of those dreams where I saw him in the dream and he was hanging out at an event or a party, and there was horses involved, which let me know that he was gambling, right? And I already had gotten the vision that I needed to depart from this relationship. So God had already gave me the vision and told me that I needed to leave. So when I saw the dream with him and his friends and gambling and stuff like that, it made me realize, and I got the understanding that I'm not his priority. Because, like I said, when you're with a narcissistic person, you're going to be the most loneliest you could possibly be. They're not there. Even if they're physically there, they make sure that they're so withdrawn from you that they're emotionally detached and you're not having that relationship with them. Like, they make sure that they withdraw affection and emotion from you. So you're lacking in that area and they're watching you cringe. They're watching you suffer going through this. And so he was never physically home. He was never really there. And I started getting these dreams, but my dreams were not just dreams. They were actually real. Like, I could see it. It wasn't something that something was missing. I could actually see it. I remember one night again, and that made me realize that I was not his priority. Like, it was not about me. His friends and horse racing was his priority. And that's what God had revealed to me in the dream about the narcissist. I remember another dream that I had about him was when he didn't come home one night. And there's many nights like that happen, of course, right? But there was this one particular night that he didn't come home, when he started to do that pretend like we're back together in good terms. But because I had already gotten the revelation about the things that's going on in our marriage, it made me realize also that God was showing me more things than I needed, like more things to let me know what was going on. And he showed me this man at a party. And it wasn't an indoor party. It was one of those backyard barbecue type of party. It was an event like that. And he was out there engaging with a young lady and letting her know that he want to make things serious between him and her. And I got that revealed to me in the dream, and I never said anything, because every time when I would get these dreams, they play out and I see them in real life. So sometimes when you guys are getting these dreams and the narcissist keeps showing up in your dream, it could be a number of things. For example, they could be thinking about you. So you're going to carry them on your mind. Like, you're going to basically conjure them up, and you're going to have them on your mind, especially if they're planning to hoover and to get back into your life. You'll start to have dreams about them. You'll start to have things that's going to remind you of the narcissist, and you're going to realize that you keep seeing them repeatedly. Have you guys ever experienced anything like this? Like, out of nowhere, you just start dreaming about the narcissist, and the moment you know it, like maybe a week or two, or even the next day, the narcissistic person reaches out to you. That's because things are already happening in the spiritual realm, where you're now seeing it in the physical, because it already done happened in the spiritual realm of things. So the spirits are going at it there. So you might see it play out in the natural, and they'll also know if you're thinking about them, if you're ruminating about them, and if you can't seem to get them off your mind. They know, they could feel it. When you give them energy, they're already connected with you like that. So they could feel some of the things that's going on. Back in 2022, I think it was. I think it was 2022, February, when I had the real dream that he was being nice to me. Now, y'all know that's not real. You know that is not real for a narcissistic person to be nice to you. It's a setup. They want something, they're planning something, they're plotting something, and it's not real. So in the dream, he was being super nice to me. And I dreamt about this like around January 17th to be exact. Listen, I'm kind of like that with dates, pardon me. But January 17th, 2022, that's when I had dreamt about him. And he was being nice to me and taking me out and doing things and acting like a gentleman and being all nice and sweet. And I'm like, that's not the same person that I know. I was like, nope, that's not the same person that I know. So when I got the dream that he was doing all of these nice things, I knew that he was going to come running to talk to me about something. And that's normally what happens when the narcissist starts to hoover themselves back in and start to build back something with you. You start to realize that you're starting to have sympathy for them. You start to like feel soft about them and you start to somewhat care. And you're starting to see things a little bit different. That's really not what it is. That's your inner person trying to tell you to be aware of the narcissist. But that's also the part of you that's longing for love. So, because they're already a familiar spirit, you're looking to make that connection with them. But because of all the revelations that I was getting and the knowledge that I was getting about my dreams, and they were happening plain as day, I already knew not to buy into this one to be anything more than what it is. And sure enough, because he had already gotten, back it up a bit, I had sold the house, okay, and gave him the money, okay. He came back to ask me for some money, okay. I had already sold the house, give him the money, move on, doing my own thing, okay. This man came back to ask me, and I knew it because in the dream he was being nice. Oh, I want to take the kids. I want to spend some time with the kids. Oh, I let him take the kids. I absolutely, because that was going to give me a break because I'm with the kids all the time. So when he suggested that, oh, I'm going to come take the kids, I'm going to spend time with him. Like I said, I already had the dream. So I knew this was a setup. I knew it was not real and I know it was not going to last because he's on a mission and he has something to accomplish. So I know that I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he's asking for the kids to be with them. Now, I know that's not real because if y'all know anything about a narcissist, they don't like the kids. They don't want the kids. The kids are just there for leverage. The kids is there so that they can have full access to you because they're going to use the kids as an excuse to do everything and to have full access to you. So you already know it's not real. And because I know it's not real, I let him come, take the kids. I got dressed that night and went out and had a really good time. Okay. I had the time of my life, dressed up, went out. The very next day, I went to Manhattan, got on the horse and carriage and drive through Central Park in Manhattan. Absolutely. I was doing me and taking care of myself. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's sad that I already knew it was a setup. So I had to now take advantage of moving really quickly and getting some things done and enjoying myself and going out, having a drink, going to the lounge or places by myself really quickly because I know that they're so fake. These narcissists, these dirty crut balls, they're so fake that the moment you plan something to do with them, they're going against it. They're doing the complete opposite. They're not genuine. They're not loyal. They don't keep their word. So if they tell you that this is A, I'm telling you, you better prepare for B because they're not genuine. They're not sincere and they don't keep their word. So it's up to you to be ahead of their games. I already knew he was going to either make trouble with me, fight, fuss, and bring back the kids. Y'all, it got really ugly. I went out that night, had a good time. He called me, wanting to sweet talk with me on the phone. Oh, I see you posted a picture and you in that leopard dress and the red lipstick looking nice, blah, 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 blah. The whole, you know how they want to get your pants wet. Boy, bye. I don't tinkle for you like that no more. Peace. Okay. But I was like, whatever. I didn't pay him no mind. I let him there talk and stuff. Then he started to do his little flirty stuff with me. Boy, bye. I'm not paying you. I'm not entertaining you because I'm enjoying the time and I'm watching the time count down. This man called me to ask me if I could loan him $3,000. Mind you, I already gave him $150,000. Y'all know this. Ain't no secret. It's no secret. I had to pay for my freedom. So if y'all know, okay? And I think I still have a record of it, okay? To prove it if I need to. But needless to say, he came back to ask me if he could borrow $3,000 because the money that I gave him. So this is the only time where the narcissist is talking to you that they're going to tell you, oh, the money you gave me. But when he's around other people or even in front of the kids, he tell the kids, oh, I had to sell the house. Your mom wanted to sell the house, so I had to sell the house and I gave her most of the money. I let her keep most of the money. Whenever you hear them speak, just know if they come to you up front and they're saying something to you like, oh, the money you gave me. So now they're giving you credit to make it sound normal when they're talking to you. But you should now think about that best believe it. They're outside saying something completely different. Okay. And I already know this to be true because I learned how they work and how their minds work. Anyway, he asked me, oh, can I borrow $3,000 from you? Because I bought a trailer with the money that you gave me, and I'm gonna be getting a contract and a run. I don't know about these truck driving stuff. I have no clue. So, but he's there talking. I'm letting him speak, and he's wanting to borrow some money from me if I would lend it to him because he's getting a driver to drive the truck, and he needs to pay them because they're not gonna get the money yet from, the contract that he's getting the truck stuff from. I let that man finish speaking. I let him speak. I ain't said nothing. But like I said, I already had the dream that he was being nice to me. And I already know that was fake. So when he started with the whole flirtatious little stuff and how he misses me and how he loves me and all the bull, boy, I was already over that nonsense. So you were not going to come back and play in my face. Because when you were in my face, you were disrespecting me the entire time, calling me out my name, belittling me, and talking to other girls at the same time too. So, boy, I'm over that life. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not fussing with you no more. Do you, okay? So I knew he was being nice because he wanted something. So I let him finish his statement. You know they're going to ruin something in the end, Danielle. You already know what they're going to do, okay? And that's exactly Alicia. We always have that little sympathy and that soft side to us and feel all, gentle. And that's what they use as leverage because they're vicious. Every time you soften up just a little bit for them, they're vicious because they're like, oh, I got you. You didn't learn your lesson. Oh, you really didn't figure me out because they thought you figured them out and you're really done with them. So whenever they keep hoovering you and coming back and you keep taking them back, they're like, oh, you didn't figure me out. Then I thought you was on to me. Oh, I could do more damage. Oh, say less. I'm coming in to do more damage. That's exactly how a narcissistic person really and truly works. So I had to let him finish speaking about, wanting to borrow the money from me. No problem. So I told him, I was like, wow, you and I are in the same position. Yeah. I said, I just bought a house and I got to go do some renovations to the property and stuff. So you caught me at a time where I can't even do anything for you. You see that shutdown? It's still a no. I don't have to be nasty. I don't have to be rude, but I can still tell you no and laugh about it when I'm done because no still means no. And I know that sounds simple to some people who have that level of confidence, but saying no to a narcissist is something that empaths really don't do because we really don't say no to people at all. We actually trying to figure a way out. We really want to help others. We want to do for others. We're not going to stop. We're really going to go the extra mile to really help you because we genuinely want to help you and there don't have to be no strings attached. Like we really want to help you. But the thing is that when we lack love and affection, when we get a little bit of it, oh, it feels like the world. That's why they're able to just give us a little bit and it feels like everything in the world, something that you've never experienced before, because in reality, you're lacking that level of love and affection to really make you feel fulfilled. So they come in and they sprinkle a little and you take it and you multiply it into more than what it is and you make it into something. So I already knew not to give this man no money, but just saying no to him felt so liberating. It felt so good just saying no with no cares in the world. And I already knew he was going to tell me, come get the kids, because that's what he does every time he takes the kids or hang out with them. And I'm going to talk Jamaican. Come take your picnic them. Me nah stay here with your picnic them. Come take your picnic them. So they're not his kids. They're my picnic them. Okay? They're my picnic. No problem. I'll come get my picnic. So this is when he called me about 10, 11 o'clock at night, right? Wanted to talk about borrowing some money from me. I shut it down. I went to bed to go lay down and sleep. So he's tormented and tortured and can't function, and he's losing his mind. And I know he's going crazy because he was thinking that he was going to charm me to get this money from me like he always do. So he's there with his whole shebang, and I know he's going crazy. I went to bed and I went and lay down and had a good sleep, right? About 2 o'clock in the morning, almost 3 o'clock, this man called me back in the night. Come get your picnic, them. Cussing and yelling and screaming in the middle of the night, because you know what they want you to do, okay? And I understand you mothers out here and people that have children with the narcissist, and I understand what you're going through and I understand what you're dealing with. I'm not telling you what to do. I would never do that, okay? But here's what the narcissist wants you to do. They want you to panic. They want you to freak out and lose your mind and be disoriented and do something silly. He screamed and kicked and screamed and carry on in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the night, for me to come get the kids right now. He don't want them at his house. He don't want them there. He was cussing, screaming, and carrying on. I said nothing. I said, okay, no problem. I'll come get them. You see, when you comply with the narcissist and you're humble and you're just like, okay, it's cool, whatever. They don't like that. It drives them insane. It drives them crazy when you do stuff like that. It gets under their skin because they want you to be frantic. They want you to panic. They want a reaction out of you because they need your energy. And I can tell he was drinking. Because that's what they do. They numb themselves because they can't face reality. They can't face the things that they're dealing with, so they'll numb themselves. I already got all of this in a dream. I already saw all of this was coming. I already knew this was going to happen, and I was able to act on it before. I was able to make a move before anything happened. I waited until in the morning when the sun came up. I was not going to get up in the middle of my bed to go pick up the kids, okay? I was not going to do that. They want to drive fear in you to make you think things, because they drive fear in you for other reasons. So they want you to think that they're going to hurt the kids. They're going to do this. You have to have a level head, okay? Because if you're not level-headed, you can't help the situation. If you're not level-headed and you're going to panic, you're going to go out there driving in the middle of the night, and what you think is going to happen to you? Something traumatic, right? Or something dangerous, and an accident, whatever could happen. But you're going to experience that trauma, and that's going to stay with you for a longer time, or it's going to stay with the kids. So you want to stay level-headed at all times when a narcissistic person start pushing you around, because that's exactly what they want to do, is to get you into that mindset, into that frame of control. So when you're getting these dreams about them, and you're seeing them, if you can document down the things that you're dreaming or the things that you've experienced about them, write it down and assess the situation, because it's telling you something. Either there's still an emotional attachment with you with them, or they're trying to find their way back, but they're trying to observe you, or sometimes they're watching you at a distance through your social media platforms or whatever it was. They're watching. But I already knew he was going to come. Like I said, I already had the dream that he was showing up and being nice. But if you know anything about a narcissist, they're not nice for long. They're nice because they're punishing you, and you're going to pay for them being nice. For the fact that they had to put on a show and be nice to you, oh yeah, you're going to pay for it. And that's exactly what was going on. I didn't go to pick up the kids until in the morning. When I got the girls told me about what was going on in the household. They had a brand new baby that was just born. And the level of how he was drinking in the house and carrying on and cussing and screaming and cussing everybody and telling the kids that he don't want them. He told them to their face, he don't want them. He don't want them back at their house. He don't want them around. Like this, he told the kids these things to their faces. So sometimes you might think that you're sticking around with the narcissist to be there with them, but you don't understand the damage that is happening to the kids. You don't understand the things that's really happening to the kids and the impact that it's having on your children and the mental damage, because now the kids have to live with the fact that their dad told them to their face that he don't want them. He don't want them to be there. He don't want them around him. These are traumatizing things. So you're left to clean up this mess from a narcissist. So really think about what you're accepting, what you're allowing in your life, and what you think you're really missing. You're not missing nothing. You are just addicted to that thing. You're not missing anything good. That's an addiction, and you have to break that addiction. So if you have to get into rehab, if you have to join these conversations, if you have to sit here and let's sit down and talk about some of these things, let's talk about it, because it's real, and the impact it's having on the children, it's a longer lasting impact. When you make a child feel like they're abandoned, and they grow now with that abandoned wound, they feel neglected, they feel like they're the reason that y'all broke up, they feel like they're the problem, and they carry this burden. These are some of the things that I sit down and I talk with my kids to let them know that it's okay. Your dad has mental things going on, and he's not capable of loving you the way you need to be loved. Forgive him. Like, I don't tell my kids to be angry at their dad. Like, I try to help them to understand that your dad gave you the best gift that he could possibly do, and that's your life. Your dad gave you one of the best gifts, is to let you know what type of man he is, so you don't go out there picking up one of these type of men for yourself. You know firsthand. He taught you what a narcissist is. Your dad taught you that they don't keep their word. They don't keep their promises. They play with your emotions and they hurt you. So you guys got I'm sorry you had to go through this, but that's the best lesson that he could give you, so you can spot these in many other people. My kids know about manipulation. My kids know about gaslighting, love bombing. They know about these things because their dad did it to them firsthand. Remember, your parents is your first love. Whether it's your mom or your dad, they're your first love. They're your caregivers. So you're looking to them for love and affection. And for this man to be there with the kids and tell them these things. But guess what, guys? I didn't want to deprive my kids at the time from seeing their dad, because then it would look like, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Then it would look like I'm the one who is preventing them from being with their dad. It will look like I'm the one who's blocking their relationship. So sometimes, as much as it hurts you, you have to let some things play out so they could see for themselves and formulate their own opinion and make their own decision. Yes, Danielle, you know I was prepared for the nonsense. You know I was prepared for the foolery. I already got word that this was going to take place, and it hurt me so bad that I had to sit there and watch this really play out. It hurt me that I really had to sit there and let the kids experience this. They're babies, they're kids, they're innocent. They have nothing to do with this. But a lot of times when we're disobedient, we find out the hard way. A lot of times when we don't listen to our parents, when we're not obedient, or we don't know how to seek God, or we don't know how to trust him, we don't know how to find him, we tend to do things like this. And then we reap the consequences of our behaviors. We reap it. So when I got to the kids told me that, Mommy, I didn't know what to do, because his lady, he was yelling at her so bad, because that's what y'all think the narcissist over there having a good old time. See, that's the problem. Y'all think the narcissist having a good old time in their new relationship. They're growing, things are looking good, they're expanding. That's what they want you to think. That's what they display, because they want you to think that. But if you know nothing about them, you were with them, so you already know who they are, how they operate, and what they really do. You already know that. So when you really think about with the narcissist, they want you to think about all these things, that they're doing good, everything is going great. But one thing the kids had let me know about them, he was cussing the lady so bad that she got an asthma attack. She started, because he started with the gaslight, and he was telling her, nobody don't love me, nobody don't care about me, yada, yada, yada. Cry me a river. And here she go thinking she got some prize. And, I'm just saying, you get what you asked for. I'm just saying, I did at one point. So Hey, she was like, oh, nobody, he was saying, oh, nobody don't love me, nobody don't care about, and here she go with herself thinking she's gonna save this man. Oh, I love you, I love you. And he was like, no, you don't love me. Gaslight, listen, gaslighting you. Hey, I hope you watch this one day because you gonna need the help, okay? Hey, we all do at some point in time. I hope you watching this one day. But anyway, um, she was basically in the bathroom crying, and her asthma came, and they had to call the police, the ambulance, I mean, to come. And he don't know none of her information to give to the ambulance people, and she barely could talk to do it. And the kids are there. My daughter was what? That was like 2 or 3 years ago. So, and she's 12 now. So she was about 9 or 10 years old, my oldest at the time. So she's there with the baby, looking up on YouTube how to feed this baby. And this was a brand new born baby. So these are the type of people that we're looking and chasing to be in relationship that are irresponsible and don't like the kids. How could you be there so drunk and so wasted that you cannot take care of your newborn baby that you have? And your daughter, your oldest daughter that you're treating crappy, had to go on YouTube to figure out how to feed the baby, how to make a bottle. So she knew to get some water and a scoop, whatever, shake it. Like this, think something could have happened to this baby. Something, y'all. If y'all understand these jokers that y'all giving y'all time and attention to, y'all making these jokers fathers that didn't show you that they're capable of being a dad. And y'all are making these hoodlums mothers that didn't show y'all that they're ready to be a mother, that they understand loving and nurturing qualities. These are qualities that you need in a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a mother and child relationship or a platonic. You need loving, nurturing qualities. So stop giving people roles and put them in position, and they didn't show you that they even qualified to be in those positions, or they're even capable of handling the responsibilities that comes with these positions. Watch how they operate, how they treat you, how they neglect you. That's exactly what they're going to do to their own offspring, their own seed. You're no exception. My kids had to figure out how to feed this baby, and then it showed them how to burp the baby. What does my 9-year-old daughter knows anything about? What in the world? But this is the environment. If y'all could just picture it. When you think about a narcissist, and these are the environment we're fighting to be in. These are the people that when you clean up, like I talk about with the pig, when you clean up and the pig go mess themselves up and come right back, that's the type of pig I'm talking about. That you bring them into a healthy home, a nice environment, and all these things, and this is exactly what they go back to. My babies came home crying. I went in the morning to pick them up. My babies were crying. They're like, Mommy, we don't want to go back to Daddy. Daddy said he don't love us. He don't want us to be there. He don't want to. Like, they were just hurt. And of course, I'm going to be there to pick up the pieces. Of course, I'm going to be there to nurture my kids. Of course, I'm going to be there to take them in and show them love, because that's what I'm here to do. But I knew already this was going to happen. I got the dream. I got word about it, and I knew to expect it. So he came to get the money from me. That's all was his intention. So he used the kids as leverage, like I said before, to get them so that I would soften up somehow, thinking he's somehow being a good dad or filling the shoes or doing what he's supposed to do somehow. But I already knew better than that. I already knew not to pay attention to these things. I had dreams about this man numerous a time with situations like this. So when you're getting dreams, it's not always for you to think that you're going to rush to get back into a relationship with the narcissist, or you're going to, try to be with them or stuff like that. That's not what those dreams are for. Those dreams are to put you on notice, to give you warning, to give you a heads up, to let you know, hey, this is going to happen. This is coming your way. What are you going to do about it? And if you don't pay attention to these dreams, these warning signs early, you might end up in severe consequences and deal with different type of situations when you're dealing with a narcissistic person. So my recommendation to anything like that is get to know the person that you're really thinking about getting into a relationship with before you really get savvy and deep into a relationship with them. Don't go running around and sleeping around with no narcissistic person, because one of the things that they're going to do first is get you pregnant. They want to have a child with you immediately because they have to secure their level of communication with you. They have to secure, how they continue to be with you in any relationship, because remember, a child is long term. So that's what they do. They think about things, houses are long term, combining your credit with them is long term, having children with them is long term. So they have to get these long term transactions going with you. So they'll come up with things like want to buy a house together, want to build property, want to start businesses together. They'll do little of these things with you to get you hooked in. And by the time you get involved in that, you're the only one who's footing all the expenses. You're the only one who's operating the business. You're the only one who's running the show. And you're the only one who's left to take care of the child that you guys plan to have together. The narcissist will leave all the sole responsibility on you, and they're going to remind you, this is what you wanted. This is exactly what you wanted. You wanted this child. So deal with it. I told you I didn't want no kids. I wasn't ready for no kids. Like, they will come with some stuff to tell you, to make you feel like it's your fault, it's your responsibility, when it's both people getting involved in the situation. So when you're having these dreams about them, it's because they're trying to get you back in. They're trying to hurt you in the spiritual realm, and you're having these dreams. So your body's already connecting to the dreams, to the events, and it's preparing you for their arrival. So you'll see that they're coming around, they're circling around, and they're coming around soon, because they have to get you hooked. They want to get you back in, and whatever they thought that was working out on the other end is not working out. And they still think you're boo-boo. They still think you're a fool. They still think you're stupid to their little games. They still think that they're going to come and work these games, play these emotional stuff with you, and get you all the way hooked back in. But start preparing yourself. Learn more about these narcissistic stuff. Watch these videos, watch them on replay. Listen to some of these podcasts that we have. We're spreading awareness and giving you guys as much information in our own personal experiences, because you're not alone in this situation. You're not alone. We're here as support. I went through this, and I was ashamed at first. I'm going to be honest with you. I was very ashamed to talk about it. I was very embarrassed that I'm going to be looked at, laughed at, or be judged, but I didn't realize the love I received by even starting this page, starting this channel and growing the channel, to see how you guys have grown with me to really do something like this. So don't feel like you're in this situation alone. Don't be embarrassed about what you're going through. Like, brave up. That's an experience that you're going through. That's a part of your life. They came into your life to teach you a lesson. Maybe you were having struggles in a particular area. Maybe you were struggling in that department, and they came in to whip you into shape. So if it's that you have a freely given hand and you love to give out money so much and you love to do all of these things, well, guess what? They're going to come in and run your pockets dry. They're going to leave you broke. They're going to leave you in a position where you're going to remember the next time somebody asks you for some money. It's not that you're going to be bitter, but you're going to remember that, nah, I work hard for mine just the same as you do. And I don't have money to be handing out to everybody. So I had to learn my lesson in that department too. So what I did is I educated myself on different things. I found out about different resources so I could be able to offer help. See, a lot of people not going to have money for coaching sessions, right? So why not turn on the camera and provide a service for others where I'm still able to help, where it's not really costing me much, right? It's just time and effort that we sit here and we talk about stuff, but it's helping you. It's helping other people to understand that you're okay. You're not in this alone. You're going to get out of this. You're going to recover, and you're going to heal eventually over time. So don't stress yourself out about it too much. I know it hurts right now. The pain, it feels crappy, because I'm going to tell y'all, I had to pray. When I cut that man that check for $150,000 that he was going to spend with his new boo-boo, his new baby mama, my money, yeah, I had to pray about it. I promise you, I had to pray. I had to ask God, please don't harden my heart. Please let me bless him. Like, let him do good with it. Like, whatever he's doing, I don't want to have a hard heart towards him. Y'all, it's real. I'm not going to tell you that I wasn't hurt. I was very much hurt, but I had to fight that hurt feeling because I already knew that what God has ordained for me is unmatched. It's unheard of. So I had to be prepared to know that this was going to hurt. I pray against feeling bitter. I pray against wishing anything bad for him. I want him to multiply the money that he has and make it work for him. Like, I had to pray these prayers for him because I was doing it for myself. I didn't pray it for him because I really wanted it for him. No, I didn't want my heart to be putting out that type of energy. Because sometimes the things that you put out there, you realize that you get it back because you're speaking ill of someone else. And I know you probably never want to say anything nice about the narcissist or anything good about them. But if you see how they have leveled you up, they have put you on a level that you were not doing it on your own. You were operating less than your greater self. You were operating less than the better version of you. And they had to come in to whip you back into shape. Okay. So now you don't play about you no more. You don't play around about anything no more. And you now stand up for you. So the narcissist had a role to play in that. And let's just give them credit for that. We're not saying they're doing something great, but they came in at a time in your life when you needed that lesson. It was very necessary. You just kept them around longer than they needed to be. But they came in to teach you a valuable lesson. And I'm sure if you've really been with a narcissist, oh, you got your lesson. You got your butt whooped or handed to you. Danielle says, I'm going to read a comment from Danielle. She says, facts. Even after the marriage, but after my son was born, that's when his mask fell off. Yep. Because guess what? Now you have the seed to prove it. Now you have a life to prove it. And even if it's up until 18 years, you see how calculated they are? If it's up until 18 years where they know they're going to have access to you, they're willing to have that access to you. So you'll find yourself in and out of courthouses with them. You'll find yourself having to do child support with them. Or if you're trying to do a divorce with them, you're not going to get the divorce because they're going to bring you all around town. They're not going to show up to the court dates. They're not going to keep their promises. They are not who they tell you that they are. They're not. They're not. They're nothing like what you thought they were because you're using you to measure the narcissist. And that's the problem because they're not you. You can't think that because you would do something a particular way, or maybe because you're not an evil person, or you're not bitter, or you're not selfish, that you wouldn't do that. That's you. A narcissist is a narcissist, and you got to treat them like who they are. You can't not see them for who they are. They don't want the kid. I'm telling you, somebody in the comment just now, Daniel's right here in the comment, and she's talking about it. It happened to her after her son was born. I'm telling you, they don't want the kids. The kids are just pawn. And they play with them like they're toys. Unfortunately, it's I'm not trying to be rude here, but unfortunately. And Alicia, this is such a nice picture of you. Like I've never really seen it so close up, but this is a really nice picture of you. I like it. Nice little smile, little, just chilling, nice little smile. I like it. You said I have one of him. You had one of him the other night, another narc? What? You got to tell me about it. Okay. He told my sister that I was, excuse you? Because you didn't fall for his games? All right, let's get into it. Whatever. Let's get into this. He does not really know her, and he tried to send her friend requests on social media a few times last year and the year before that. You know what? Oh, you had a dream. You want to tell me a little bit about that? Because they're so pathetic. All he wanted to do was start a smear campaign. You know that though, right? Like the whole point of him trying to get to everybody is trying to tell them something about you to start a whole smear campaign, to tell people the lies, because they don't want. The one thing a narcissist fear the most, they fear being exposed. They don't want nobody to really know that they're low down, dirty, disgusting, they're evil, they're sick, they're twisted. They don't want their true identity to be exposed because they're out here making people feel like they're somebody good. And we know they're not. But that's what they want to do. They fear the most that you're going to expose them. They don't want nobody to know. They don't want to be exposed, but hey, that's what they fear the most. They don't want that exposure. They don't want their business to be told. They don't want nothing. Told my sister in the dream that I was, that's what, because that's exactly what you're probably seeing the smear campaign. That's what you're like, that's what you're seeing, because that's truly how he feels about you. That's truly how he portrays you and how he sees you, that you're stupid. Now, you know that's not true, but can you imagine you just being a nice person to them? You're now perceived as being stupid. You doing good for somebody, you're stupid. Them hurting you and taking advantage of you is not the stupid thing to do, but you being good and you being nice to them is stupid. But I've learned that empaths can be manipulators, okay? We're master, and I said the word master, we're master manipulators, because a lot of times we will sacrifice our own feelings just to please other people. And that people pleasing tendency is a form of manipulation, because you're not putting yourself first. You're not thinking about your own needs and your own feelings. You're putting a narcissistic person or other people. It don't have to be narcissists, but in this instance, we're talking about narcissists, right? You're putting them first. And you're not thinking about the consequences that it's going to have on you. So even sometimes it's like you take on burdens of thing. Like you'll overextend yourself. You'll be like, yeah, I'm going to help you with this and I'm going to help you. And you help so many people and you overextend yourself to other people. And now it takes an impact. It takes a toll on you because you're left burnt out and you cannot take care of yourself properly because you overextend yourself so much to other people. So you got to scale it back. If it's a 911, let them call 911 for help, right? And when people throw things at you, you need to stop for a second and think about, is this going to impact me or is this their problem? And if you've determined if it's your problem or their problem, then you know how to sort them. So you could give it back to them and let them take a moment to figure it out while you continue to focus and work on yourself. You don't have to rush to somebody's beck and call. You don't have to rush to when somebody call you to do something or wants you to do anything. No, put yourself first. Like, give me a moment. I'll take care of that. I remember when I started learning how to do that was when I when I chose me first. I really was like, no, that was the first thing I did was choose me first. Not the kids, not the mama, not no job, not nobody. I decided I was going to put me first. And my kids will come home from school. Oh, mommy, can you take us to the park? And I had to talk with them and treat them like people. And I let my kids know at the time when I was so lost after going through the divorce. Yeah, I wasn't even divorced yet. I was separated because I was tired of this foolery. And I remember them coming to me and asking me, mommy, can we go to the park? Can we do this? And because they're kids and they're not, like, they shouldn't have to suffer for what we do and our choices. They shouldn't have to suffer. But I remember I look at my kids and I told them, I said, like, listen, mommy is really tired right now. So here's what I'm going to do. Give me an hour. I'm going to lay down and get some rest for an hour. And after that hour is up, then we could go to the park. See, by me doing that was not just, yes, I have to do it. I have to do it. Now it feels like a burden, but no, I chose me first. And I set a time and I gave them my word. So now it's up to me to keep my word. So now they can trust me. So that was me building back trust with my kids because I had lost their trust. By me constantly taking back the narcissist every time I said I wouldn't, and the kids were scared, I was breaking their trust because now it's like, you're taking this man back in that's doing these things to us and you don't care about us. So that's what's going through the kid's head when you really keep inviting these narcissistic people back into their homes, back into their lives. But I understand there's so much decision making to be done on your part that I could see how it's challenging and probably a little bit hard to make these harsh decisions. But I had to build back trust with my kids. And those are some of the small little steps that I took. And it was just really, maybe not now, but later, and give them a time. Now, what they're doing, they're going to go about their business, but they're watching that time, and they're going to come back because you gave them your word. Now, when they come back the second time, don't tell them no again. You'll be wrong for that. Because now you're giving them disappointment, and you're crushing their feelings, and eventually they'll stop asking. Eventually they'll shut down and start internalizing things. And that's how narcissists are built, by the way. All those rejections that they get, all those neglect, all those abandonment that they get, that's how they're formulated. So this is how a narcissist grows and is developed as a child. So they grow up with this behavior. So sometimes you'll find that they're operating like they're entitled to everything, and oh, you got to get my attention, and you need my attention now. Or they'll throw a fit, throw a tantrum around the house, break things about the place to cause a riot, create a mess to get your attention, because as a child they lack that type of attention. So as an adult now, they're still operating as a child, wanting that attention and creating a mess to get your attention. So when you have your own children, when you do a lot of these rejection over time, you're damaging a part of them on the inside, that they'll grow with that pain and that hurt, and eventually they'll become silenced. Eventually they won't speak up because they were silenced as a child. So I'm not telling you how to raise your kids. I'm just saying some of these things, when you see them happening, be mindful of how you interact with your kids, the amount of no's you tell them, the amount of rejection you give them, the amount of self-medication that you have them self-medicating themselves and taking care of themselves. Be mindful of some of these things, because it's going to impact them. It's going to affect them later. So find time to dedicate time with them. Growing up as a child, I didn't really get a lot of emotional affection from my mom. I was lacking emotional affection. I was lacking that love, because they believe in tough love. So that's what I kind of got, was tough love. I actually got it from a distance most of my years, because my mom wasn't there. And my dad died when I was 3. So I never grew up knowing what a man's love is supposed to be like. I never got that. But from my uncles and my cousins, I hang around them. So I was like a little tomboy to be around the opposite sex, so I could, play around with them, climbing trees, running barefoot, playing ball and all these things. And, that was it. And they treated me like a little princess. So that was the closest I got to feeling, like a little princess, was how they treated me. My uncles and them, they really treated me like a little princess. So having those type of experience was the closest I got. But it's not the same like your mommy's love. It's not the same like your daddy's love. And I know I would never get that. So by me growing up being deprived from a daddy's love, I really had an opportunity to look in the mirror when I was going through my healing journey and doing my shadow work and peeling all the layers back and going back. I really got an opportunity then to realize that some of my trauma was from not having a dad. Some of my trauma was from my abandonment wounds from my mom, and my neglect wounds from my mom and stuff like that. I experienced those things. So that's when you gravitate to when the narcissists give you a little crumbs, and little breadcrumbs. They'll give it to you to keep you along the track, to keep you around. They'll feed you a little crumbs at a time. And because you're not getting any crumbs, because you're not getting any love, because you're not getting any at all, the little that you get is heaven sent. It's better than nothing. So sometimes I understand why people stay with the narcissist still, because it's better than nothing. So I understand it on so many levels. But knowledge is power. You're a prisoner being with the narcissist. You're a prisoner in your own body. You're not even controlling yourself no more. Let me see what people please. Yep, you got to please yourself over people. And I made a post on my TikTok page maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I think it was. And the post was something like, givers, know your limit, because takers don't have a limit. Also, when you decide to give from your overflow, not from your reserve. Just saying. Overflow. You should not have to go into your reserve to start giving to people. If it's excess, you can get from the extra because it's not going to impact me. It's not going to hurt me. So if you start doing things like that, then you won't go into debt. Like you won't go into the minus. You won't go into the hole. You really see that you have more than enough and you're more sufficient for yourself. So don't be giving too much to people because they'll continue to take because they don't have no limit. Okay. They don't have none. They don't know what that's like. Let me see what Alicia said. You got discarded because you rejected his sexual advances and he started acting all emotional. Yeah. Y'all see it? I'm not making it up. They throw tantrums because they don't get their way. Think about a little child, a little toddler that asks for candy when they go to the store. What do? They roll on the floor. They kick and scream on the floor because they want that candy. And what the parents normally do? Mine would have whooped my behind, just so you know. That's what mine would do. Okay? Would have whooped my behind. But we're not talking about mine. What some others would do, they would automatically buy the candy to shut the child up because they don't want to be embarrassed. And that child already knows how to manipulate the situation. Throw a fit, tantrum in public, and I get my way. Oh, now you gonna get the lesson at home. You go out there and play with me, or all you getting is the look. That's all you getting is just the just the mere look on my face that you already know. I wish you would. Okay? So when they don't get their way, they start acting very childish, very immature, like they throw a fit, they throw a tantrum, and they leave out the house to punish you. So you could be worried sick about them. What is it that they're doing? And you could panic about them. So you find yourself more concerned about their well-being and how they're doing more than how you worry about yourself. It's just what they do. So it shouldn't phase you over time of learning that this is what they do. They have that childlike mind. This is just what they do. You ain't missing nothing leaving that narcissist alone. And I don't know, but a lot of times they be having some good day. Don't know. I mean, that shouldn't be it, but sometimes it tells how shallow we were. Because that was shallow. That's all they could offer was some good D or height, you know. And the ladies, I don't know for a man what their experience is. Maybe one day I could have a male come on the show and let me know how seduced he was by one of these goddesses or demons or stuff. Like, I don't know. I can't tell you that part of things. But a lot of times they seem to have that, they're pretty equipped in that department. But that's the problem. Because then that's how they do. They rush you in bed to get you hooked, and you get hooked. And now you overlook, you're blind to every behavior, every disrespect. You get blind to things because they use their body to seduce you, and that's the weapon. Oh, they taking your soul. Oh, what they say? Oh, we're soul snatcher. Oh, they're snatching your soul. Okay. So that's exactly what be going on with that girl. Because I had to kind of pray against that thing. I had to I don't want this no more. I want no parts of this. I want to have nothing to do with this. I don't want to be here. Nope. I had to no. I cannot let that determine nothing. Like what? Yeah, so now I don't even want to go into that department with nobody. Like it's just let's just chill. Like we ain't gotta go there because I don't want to get my head messed up. No, I've learned my lesson. And there's other things that I need to look for and assess before assessing that. I mean, that's important too. Absolutely it is. But should it be the main determining factor? Absolutely not. So if somebody is rushing you to get in bed so quickly, you need to be asking yourself, why? What's the rush for? Because you already know. If you don't know this person or formulate any opinion or any understanding or nothing about this person, why do you need to be in their bedroom, which is so sacred? That's a sacred place that's supposed to be private and intimate for you guys to exchange with each other. Why are they rushing you into no bed? That's what they do. That's what they do. They get you in bed. They get you hooked. Then you start ruminating about them, reminiscing about them. You can't stop thinking about them, or they're on your mind 24/7s. That's exactly what they do. That's that's listen, I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. And then after they get you hooked, or they start to punish you, or you gonna get the punishment. Alicia knows the deal. You hear what she said? They give you the silent treatment because they got to punish you when they don't get their way. So they either withdraw sex from you, where they're withholding sex, and they don't give it to you. They starve you because that's their weapon. That was always their weapon from the beginning. So you will see like they were hot and heavy in the beginning, wanting it all the time, wanted you around, but you don't understand how disgusted they were putting on that show to want you around all the time. And when they got you hooked in and they know that you're locked in, because they could tell when you're all the way in and believe in the foolery that they've been teaching and saying to you, right? And preaching down your throat. They know when you're hooked in and when you're locked in. And that's the moment that they flip it. Now you're in the reverse. You're the one who's begging for them. Now they're telling you that they're tired. Now they're telling you that they're not able to. Now they're not able to. It's that control, that manipulative game, how they get you hooked in the stuff. That's just the game. That's how they operate. That's just the game. To get you hooked in, to get you locked in, because what? That's how they're going to gain control over you, because they don't have any other way to gain control over you. So what better way than to really get you hooked, get you locked in? That's what a narcissistic person really do. Get you hooked in, get you locked in through sex. And that's how they control you, because now you're letting off all this hormones, this energy, all this, y'all are exchanging bodily fluid. And you're not only sleeping with the narcissist, you're sleeping with everybody that they done been with. And I'm not talking about years back. I'm talking about currently, because they're always actively sleeping with multiple people. That's why they got to know your schedule and to know exactly what you're about, to know where to place you on the schedule, how to fit you in. It is what it is. I know you've experienced it. And when they don't get their way, let you decide to not give them smicks. Let you decide to not sleep with them, and you see what happened. Oh, the level of punishments and the curses and the carrying on, the silent treatment, the gray rock. They're not answering you. They're ignoring you. They're in the house but not paying you, punishing you right to your face. That's just what they do. And it's just because of that childlike mindset that they have to throw a tantrum when they don't get their way. Because one way or the other, you're going to pay for this. You're going to pay for this. They're going to see to it that you're punished for making them feel like this, for making them go through this, or you're going to get it. Girl, and they do. Alicia, don't feel bad. Like, they've been with other women of supplies. Don't feel bad. I know it hurts. Like, I know it hurts. The thought, like, the only reason you feel some kind of way is because they got some good, stuff. Okay. I'm just saying. But it's not as good as you think. Okay. It's not as good as you think. Because one, there's no emotional attachment there. Okay. There's no emotional attachment. So it's not as good as you think. I don't know how you guys operate when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to, having that intimate moment with your partner. But I don't want to be with somebody who I'm not feeling. I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want me the same way that I want them, who don't desire me the way I desire them, who's not always in the mood for me. I don't want to be a burden to anyone at all. So if the partnership is not that type where we're excited and happy to see each other, enjoy each other's company, and it's not always just about smacks, but when we do, we turn up, okay? And we dress up and we do what we do. Listen, when we do what we do, that's our business. Oh, if it's not one of those, I don't want it. because it's a complete waste of my time. If you can't want me and love me and cherish me the way I'm going to love you and want you and cherish you, nah, don't waste your time. Like, I'm not your person. I'm a whole lot of personalities up in this one body right here. Like, catch me on a good day. You get to see some of my different sides to me. But what's reserved is reserved for my partner when I do get one. But I don't want nobody who's gonna feel like I'm a burden to them. Absolutely not. Go on about your business. I'd rather reserve my energy for the man who understands how to use it. That part. That part. Who understands my energy and knows how to use it. Until then, I have no problem chilling. Until God send me the person that's for me, I have no problem chilling. Me and you both, Danielle, gotta have the connection. I want to feel you. Like, I gotta feel you. Like, feel you. Okay? Because I don't want you to touch me and it feels like a cockroach or a bug or something is crawling on me and it gives me an ick. I don't want to feel that. I want to know that you touch me and I feel your gentle touch in every part of my body to my toes. Okay. Just by your touch or even just by your presence. That's the radiation I want all for my man. So I don't have the time for this transactional thing with the narcissist. So you're not missing anything with them because they're not there. They're not. They're so absent that you're just there with the body. Ain't nobody home. So you're not really getting that true affection, that love, and that attention that you think you so desire from them. You're not getting that because they're withholding affection from you. They're withholding emotion from you. So there's no true emotional attachment to deepen that relationship and to continue building and growing. You're not getting that from a narcissistic person. So the next time you think you're missing out on something and they're sleeping with somebody else, you're just thinking about what you used to have with them and what sleeping with them was like for you when you were with them. But remember those punishments that you endure as well too. Don't think about no positions and all these things that they were doing with somebody else. That's a part of SMEX. Okay. That's a part of it. You got to do positions. You got to interact to get the job done. But you already know it's transactional. They're no longer your problem. You shouldn't even be worried about who they're doing it with. It shouldn't even bother you. But I understand you're human. You got feelings. But if you're still feeling that type of way for them, you still have energy. There's still connection there. There's still that emotional attachment there with them. So no, don't. Girl, how many did you ever have? Like, because if this is all on emotions and you ain't never slept with him, girl, then girl, I would have been over it real quick. Because that was a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of effort. Real quick. You don't even sleep with him. How did he become a narc in your life? To even think about, to have him as a candidate to discuss. Girl, I would not be entertaining no time. The worst experience that I had. The worst experience that I had was with this, I think it was like 6'3", like tall, 6'3". It's kind of big and stuff. And we was about to handle business one time and stuff, just that one time. And don't believe the height thing. Don't believe the height. It's not all, okay? Many are not what they appear to be. They're not. He was not. I thought he was underdeveloped. Like, yeah. But I had to talk to him about it very gently, though. Be respectful, be nice, and just call it a day. Yeah, just be nice and call it a day. So they always try to get you hooked. I got a story for y'all one of these days. I got a story for y'all one of these days, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about when that topic comes because Shorty was Shorty was really short. Like, that department was missing. Like, did you stop growing at a certain age? Like, did you make it to puberty? Like, what happened? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking about stuff like that. I'm sorry. I just went left. I'm sorry. But y'all know we gonna talk about stuff and we gonna talk. And that's what we gonna do, okay? We gonna talk. You're just gonna say that I want him to move forward with others and leave me to be. That still comes back to you, Danielle. It really comes back to you, to be honest, because they only come back if you let them. Okay? They only come back if you let them. So they're looking to see, are you still open to entertaining them? Do they still have a place to go when they come to you? You know, is the door still open to come and hang out in your cabinet, so to speak, right? They just want to know if they can still play house with you, have their cake and eat it too, and be with somebody else while being with you. They just want to really know if that's what it is. Um, yeah, unfortunately, I know, but that's all it is. So until you decide to leave, until you decide that it's over, they just still continue to play games. They still continue to play with your emotions, play with your feelings, because it makes them feel better about themselves. It makes them feel more superior. It makes them feel like, yeah, they got you. You're crawling, you're begging for them, and they're just watching you there the entire time. So I'm probably gonna do like a part two, and that might just be like a recorded video. So you guys could probably look out for like a video for a part two, where I'll just do the details really quickly. So I'll just probably put together a little script and do a video just about the dreams by themselves. But I wanted to give y'all the experience to see how God was preparing me for the experience with the narcissist. And that was pretty much the last time the kids saw their dad in person. That was the last time. So he was preparing me, but I knew it was going to be rough. And I had to allow them to go through this experience, because God already had revealed to me what he was doing, what he was working on. And I just needed to stay put. Sometimes we have to stay put. We have to, be obedient and listen to God's direction for our life and see where he's really taking us. Um, and you'll see, something good. He normally has something good in store for you. He knows our wants, he knows our needs, he knows our heart's desires, and he has a greater plan for us. But sometimes we want it, and we want it now, and it's probably not time yet. Maybe you got some more work to do. Maybe you have some more experience to do. Maybe you need to heal more in that particular area, because you have an unhealed wound or multiple unhealed wounds, and you're still attracting these type of people. Better yet, you're manifesting them, because a lot of times that's what we do. We manifest the broken versions of us. You know what, I could believe it. I could believe that you're truly done this time. You don't have to force yourself to be done. Sometimes I'll have conversations with my clients, and I'll tell them that sometimes it's not when you're done. Because if you don't truly get that door closed, God will close it for you, whether willfully or forcefully. But it will get done, because you're putting this person in front of God. You're really so committed and so loyal to this person that by will or force, they will be removed. You can add and start the journey and the process yourself. And we could talk about the withdrawals, like when you're going through that withdrawal stage, and some activities to do during this time. Not to numb yourself, not to run to another person, but some things to really do to help you to get through this process as you go through this grieving period, because you have to grieve the loss of the relationship that is no longer. So you go through a grieving period. It's just like grieving the loss of an actual person that is no longer living. The only difference is you're grieving the relationship that's no longer, it's no non-existence anymore. So you want to go through that grieving period, and it's that breakaway period. And as you know, when you lose someone, you never truly get over it. You just learn how to deal with it. It's the same thing. You never truly get over it. You just learn how to live with it. It's like going to the gym. You don't, the machines don't change. You just become stronger to be able to operate the machines better because consistency and keep showing up at the gym. So these are some little tools to help you to understand that it's not that it's gonna go away 100% or completely. This is somebody you share intimacy with. This is somebody you share your time with, your effort with, your energy. You were planning a life together, future planning and doing all of these things, whether it was future faking, but this is somebody that you've invested your time and your energy. So leaving is hard. Leaving takes a lot of energy. Leaving takes a lot of effort to be able to really pull yourself back and say, I'm leaving, I'm done with it. And it really hurts because you have to make the decision. They're not gonna leave. They'll discard you, yes, but they're coming back. So they leave the door open so they can always hop in and hop out. But when you really make the decision to go no contact, you're going no contact because that's your best resort to getting yourself together. You're drafting divorce. I don't even want to talk about the divorce, sis, because I had to file twice. Okay. So I don't even want to go down that road. But when it was finalized, ooh, the happiness, the peace, the joy, yes, like you gonna get there. And it's just going through the process of grieving the loss of what was, and just accepting the fact that it no longer is. It no longer is. You said sin. Oh, girl. He humiliated. I can't. Girl, I went too far in the message. Now I gotta come back, and I can't get my words right. He humiliated you on Christmas, busted your lips, and send you back to your family, bloody and all, in front of your kids. That was the last straw. Girl, I'm so grateful that you found the channel here. I'm honestly grateful. And it's situations like this, right? I hope you guys are reading these comments and seeing that this is real life experience. These are real people that are going through situations like this, and you're not judged here. Okay, you're not alone in this situation. You're not judged. Okay. I know it just happened Christmas. It's very recent, but I'm very happy that you found a channel. You found a community of people that understands what you're going through and is here to support you and help you get through this. And for reasons like this is the reason that I don't want to stop showing up live. I had technical difficulties. I called one of my friends to help me, and he was very ready, willing, and able to help. I called customer service to help. I was not playing about coming on live tonight and keeping my word that I'm showing up. I know it was supposed to be on Saturday tomorrow, but because I already know that I have plans for tomorrow, I made sure I schedule it for tonight, and so that you guys can see the flyer and know that I am coming live tonight, because I want you to have a space. I want you to have a place where you come to and you could feel normal, not judge, because you need the type of space that is not heavy with judgment, or feels like a burden, or the anxiety or the emotional distress. You're not going through that, and you can receive information that will help you to better yourself, to help you through your process, to help you through your journey wherever you are. We all go through different stages. We're all going to heal different. We're all going to do things so different. But I want you to have a space to come to for us to talk. Tuesday nights and Saturday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like this video, share this video with someone, send the message out there so someone else can come in and join our community, and we can expand this community and keep growing it so we can be a voice of reason for others. Eventually you'll gain strength so that you can be able to help somebody else come out of this as well too. You'll be able to pull somebody up out of this. He put his hands on you in front of your kids. That's disrespectful. That's inappropriate. That's abuse. And when you accept these things and you go back to them, you're telling them that you like this and you want more of it when you go back to situations like this. As hurtful as it is, you're an adult. You're a grown woman. How dare he put his hands on you? Was that what his mom or his dad did to him? Is that how they taught him how to love and respect a woman? He don't have no respect for women. He don't care about women, quite frankly. So that's how he expressed how he feels about you, by watching you bloody, by putting his hands on you and drawing your blood. That's how he feels about you. You got out, stay out. We're here to tell the story. We're here to create a space for others who don't feel like they have somewhere to go. Many did not make it out alive to tell the story or to talk about it. We're here. Let's not take this for granted. Let's not take for granted the opportunity that God was with you the entire time and is guiding you out. When you get out, you stay out. You don't go back. You never go back. Like, I can't go back. Like, how could you be rescued from something like that and said you want more? You're going back. You cannot go back. There's no turning back. There's no going back. It don't matter how hard it gets. It don't matter how emotional you get. You're not going back. Don't go back. The kids would never suffer. They would never be begging for bread. God said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. You're not in this alone. You're not. So don't go back. That's it. Like, don't go back. Period. There's nothing there for you. There's no love there. There's no respect there. There's no care for you. There's no compassion there. There's no gentleness. There's no nurturing. The trust is broken. How are you going to feel free around this person? How are you going to let your hair down, let your shoulders back, and actually relax and breathe and feel comfortable around this person? They took away that vulnerable part of you that was ready to be vulnerable with them, to be open and emotional with them. They took that away from you. He's robbing you of your joy. That was his goal. His goal is to rob, kill, steal, and destroy. And he came to destroy you one way or the other. Because the problem is, here's what the problem is that you're not going down easy. That's the problem, Daniel. You're the problem. You're not backing down easy. You're not submitting easy. You're a hard target. So they cannot break you emotionally and spiritually. So the next best thing is physically. Okay? So you're too strong for this. You're surviving the hits. You're rising every time he come at you because he's done similar things like this before. But they always push up against your boundary. They test you. They always testing you. Let me tell you something. Go test your mama. I said it. Go run some tests on your mama. Okay? That's it. I said it, and I don't care. And I'll say it again. Test your mama, not me. You run tests on me one day, I'm out. Try me. Try me. You're going to learn today. Okay? Don't play with me. Go play with your mama. Okay? Don't go play with your mama. Simple. And having that attitude is letting them know that you're not standing for no bull crap. Okay? I'm a person, not a game, not a toy. No, I don't run no games over here. Okay? because you're going to get played out quick, real quick. They always test you. And every time you overlook one of the previous tests, they come back with a bigger test. So going back to a situation like that, you're the problem, I'm telling you, because you see good in people. You see the better part of people. You see the things that, they could be better if they did this. Not realizing that they're grown enough and they're adults to know if they wanted to do good or not. They could make their own decision. The same way how they chose to do wicked and do evil instead of good. They have a choice and they chose that. God did not take away their free will. Why would you want to take away their free will to make a decision for themselves? Who are you? So you're the problem because you're the stronger vessel. You're the stronger one spiritually. And that's the problem because you're spiritually overpowering the relationship. That's a problem. They don't see you as a partnership. You're overpowering the relationship spiritually because you're the stronger vessel spiritually. They might be physically strong, so that's why he's flexing his strong muscles physically, because he's physically strong. But you're spiritually stronger, and his job the whole time is to defeat you spiritually, and he's coming up short. He's failing because he can't break your spirit. He can't break you. He didn't make you, but he wants to break you. He wants to rob, kill, destroy, and steal your energy, your effort, your joy, your everything. But he's failing, and every time he comes up short, he has to send an attack on you. And whether it's a verbal attack or a physical attack, he has to attack you because they are weak in the spirit, because they don't believe in the God that you believe in. So they don't get their support from God. They don't get their strength from God. They don't get nothing from God because they don't believe in him. So you find out that you have a stronger spirit. You are emotionally, spiritually stronger to carry this relationship. And you're carrying it on your strength of your spiritual well-being. You're a threat to him because they don't have that. But physically, they're going to flex their muscles. Oh, yeah, he would do that. Yeah, he would put his hands on me to fight and stuff. But baby, I remember breaking a level on his back, right across his back. Bloop. Yep, I was ready. He came trying to put his hands on me. Oh no, I'm swinging first. Okay, first. No place, no. So the first time he put his hands on me was the same year we got married. The same year we got married. Ever since then, he look at me sideways, look at me funny. I'm swinging first. And that's how it's been. But that's not healthy. What kind of relationship is that? That's toxic, unhealthy. But guess what? I spend my whole time defending myself, not realizing that I should have left. I spend my whole life defending myself in that marriage. So get out while you can. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. We have a community here. You are more than welcome here. We can talk about it, help you through the process, get you the support you need, but don't stay in that. Start being around people who genuinely and truly love you. Rebuild your community, rebuild your network of people, because I'm pretty sure he had kept you in isolation. Complain about everybody that you have a relationship with. It's a problem. Your mom did something, your sister did something, your friend did something. Everybody's a problem because they're jealous of all your relationship and your friendship with other people. So you got a community here. You got a place here that you could come to, that we could talk about stuff. Don't be a stranger. And I won't either, because I have to turn the cameras on and make sure that this community goes out and is open for you to come and talk about stuff. I'm going to start using the community tab as well too, to maybe put up words of inspiration, word of motivation, maybe do like my little videos like I normally do, like a little morning video or something like that. But some hope, to put something out there to remind you that you're not doing this journey alone. You're not walking this road alone. You're not by yourself in this, and it's going to get better. And it's rough now, but over time, it's going to get better. Just stay persistent, stay the course. Don't quit. Don't give up, because many of us who have gone down this road before wanted to give up, wanted to quit, but something kept saying, go, keep going. The flame kept burning to keep going. And that's what I'm here to share with you tonight. Keep going. Keep going. You can't stop now. You came too far to give up. Your kids are dependent on you. Your kids need you. Your kids don't want to see you suffer like this. They don't want to see you go through stuff like this. They're watching you. You're their hero. You're their first person that is teaching them what to do in life. You're their blueprint. What instructions are you leaving for them to follow? You cannot love a man or a woman that much where it hurts you that bad. There's no way. There's no way you could put somebody in front of you that much. Y'all been married for 11 years, was together 11 years before the marriage. So you gave this man 22 years of your life. 22 years of your life. And he rewards you for bringing forth his children by putting his hands on you after giving him 22 years of your life, of your youthfulness that you will never get back. And they convince you that you won't find nobody else like them. And they're right, because you don't want nobody else like them. But it's the mind games that they play to make you feel stuck, to make you feel bound, to make you feel like you cannot do anything better, because they rob your years. They rob your youth. They took that from you, your most prized and prime precious years of your life. That's what the narcissist took from you. And you can't get that back. You can't get that back. We're here, Danielle. Okay? We're here. You're not alone. You're not alone. Okay? We're here. They're sick. Okay? And if they can make you crazy and make you second guess yourself, that's where their patience come from. And it's not that you don't have the knowledge or the sense to see what they're doing. You just keep believing when they tell you that they're going to change or that they're going to do better. You believe it to be true. So you hang around hoping that someday they'll get it together and someday that they'll change. The reality is they don't change. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. Can you imagine after 22 years, he come and put his hands on you after being with him for 22 years? And it's not the first time. You don't have to deny or confirm. Please don't. But it's not the first time. Okay. But let's say this was happening when you were younger. Let's say in your 20s or early teens or whatever, when you just got with him. Those are the young foolery days where we're all young, stupid, and in love. And oh, you talking to her? Oh, I'm gonna fight you. Da, 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 whatever, that stuff. And you go through that part of life and you experience this. But what about growth? When you start to develop, when you start to mature, and you start to man up, and like you got a woman now that you have a family now, you grown, you a family man, and you still operating childless as a grown adult. These are some of the things that we weren't taught. Nobody told us these things. Nobody warned us about these things. So we never know that these are some of the red flags. These are some of the warning signs. These are the things that they normally do. So they always start verbally. So if you know the verbal insults, the verbal abuse to start looking out for, and depends how far that go, then it turns physical. So They'll make some small attempts and some small little gesture and stuff, but it always starts verbally. So it depends how much time they do it verbally, determine how much time they're going to they're going to do it physically or start doing it physically. But a lot of times this is premeditated, pre-planned, and they know what they're doing. We just are so forgiving to forgive them. Oh, you said it was definitely the first time. I empathize with you verbally meant okay, okay. And the isolation. Okay. 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 So he was definitely tearing you down one at a time, breaking you down verbally. Listen, I ain't making it up, y'all. Like excuse me. Verbally, mentally, emotionally prior, yes. And the isolation, absolutely. Because they got to get you away from family members and friends who you trust and who you have a relationship with. They got to get you away from them because that's going to give them more leverage because you have nobody else to run to and nobody else to turn to. You have to turn to them. And it's unfortunate, but it's the reality. You have to turn to them for emotional support, for everything. And it's sad. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. But that's what they do. It's control. At the end of the day, it's for control because they are in control of themselves. They need somebody else to make them feel better about themselves. And if you volunteer, then they have themselves a victim. They have somebody that they can control and manipulate the entire relationship. Don't feel embarrassed about it though. You're out now. You're heading out. And you're grown enough to stand on your own. And I know sometimes there's financials involved, there's properties involved, there's children involved. You got to seek legal counsel, legal advice. And that might make you get frustrated, like, oh, I got to go through all of this and go through all of that. Write it down. Write out a plan. Write out the process. Write out the things that you want to do. And deal with them one at a time. Don't deal with it all at once. Do it one at a time. So write down the process and the things that you want. You're going to have to separate maybe your bank accounts. Maybe you might have to buy him out of the mortgage or the property or something. If you guys have a property together, I could just imagine after 22 years with someone, that's your whole life right there. And to have to start over at this age, at this time, that's so much things to think about and so much things to process. But you can make a decision to start over with a blank slate, a clean slate, a clean start that you can determine how you want the story to go, or you could stay with the familiar story and hoping that the story on the pages would change one day with a book that's already been written, and hope that the pages change and the words read different. Or you could decide to write your own stories in your own book and decide how you want it to go going forward. None of us is the first that has gone through this, and we are not going to be the last. But we could be a place of voice of reason. That's all that we could really do. Is we can't stop it, we can't prevent it, but we could spread awareness. And that's what we're going to be doing, spreading awareness. If you guys haven't tapped this video, like it or share it as yet, please take an opportunity to do so. Let me know if you have any final questions for me. Sorry. Let's see if I can hydrate myself. Let me know if you guys have any questions for me so that I can answer your questions. I come on, share experiences, bring awareness, knowledge, answer your question. Absolutely. Go ahead, drop your questions in. I'm here for you. Let me see how best I can answer your question. You got my attention. Why my water is like it's delayed coming through the cup. Okay, Alicia says she has a question. I am more than ready. Take your time and type up the question. Take your time. Take your time. I am here waiting on your question. I wasn't prepared tonight with my water. I was not prepared tonight with my water. I have ice, but I don't have a lot of water tonight. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Let me go ahead and do that. You know what? There was a comment earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Um, all right. Well, I did that. Okay. So let me see if I could put it in the chat. And I want to make sure this is the good email address. Info at, and you could pin it, Alicia, okay? You know what? I think I have my Calendly. 51. I'm gonna put the number there if you wanna contact me directly, or if you want to book 8697. If you want to book a session, but I think I should have my Calendly up. I'm gonna try to see if I could get a link. That's two ways to contact me right there, via email or phone. I just put it in the chat if you see it there. And let me see. I think I have my Calendly here. I'm gonna try to see if maybe I could copy the link and put it in our chat tonight. And Calendly. Okay. Let me see. Um Coaching session. Let me see. View the booking page. Just want to see if it would allow you to book a session with me. Okay. Well, this one is this coaching session that I have right now is $97 for a coaching session. But what I want to do is, hold on, I would rather give you the discounted one, because if you tell me that you're coming from one of my shows or something like that, or you were referred to me, this is the one that I give you. It's for 45 minutes, for a 45 minutes one-on-one session, and it's only $50. It's not, I've discounted it this way. You'll be able to get a session with me, and it's only $50. Okay, I found this one. Let me copy. And this one says one-on-one session, and it's for 45 minutes. So let me copy the link, and let me get back into our comment section so I could go ahead and post it. And there we go. All right. It should be, excuse me. It should be a clickable link. Alicia, could you do me a favor? Just press and hold that link that I just put on, and then pin it for me, please. Let me see if you're able to do that, because I know you're still a mod. I think it should be able to pin at the top of the page. Sorry. Are you able to? Let me see. Oh, it's probably bringing you to the link. Oh, when I try to click on it, it's just bringing me to the link. But you can actually go directly to my calendar and just book a session with me. I need to block out some time on there as well too, because I do have some engagements throughout the days. So I need to go ahead and update that. Let me see. Yeah, but if you click on the link, I have the link in the description. I'll put it up on the screen. This is the link, Calendly at Healing Your Silence. That's the thing. I need to change it because that was the old name, Healing Your Silence. Y'all already know Healing Your Silence. That was the old name. But the coaching session still works. You'll be able to book a one-on-one coaching sessions with me. The weekends are pretty good if you have availability on the weekends. The weekends are I do late hours, or late hours, or maybe around lunchtime. If you're on your lunch break or something, we could probably book a session during that time. Those times are pretty good for me. And the weekends, definitely a great time to book coaching sessions. But listen, if you have any more questions for me, so you see, I put the information inside the chat. This is how you guys will be able to reach me. And if you need more, one-on-one sessions or something, just go ahead and book a one-on-one coaching session with me. But if not, I'm here to answer your questions, and you get it right here, the best that I possibly can. I hope you guys have an amazing night. If you don't have with you're having technical troubles with what? With is it with the calendar? Let me know. Let me click on it, open it in Safari. Okay, it brought me right to the calendar, and it gives you the disclosure, kind of give you a breakdown of what we're going to be doing, our coaching session. It lets you know we're going to be introducing ourselves, what we're going to be discussing, my insight, my expertise, any questions, any clarifications, and then we figure out a next step. So that's you get that disclosure information, and you click on a date, choose your time. As you can see, mostly evening hours that I have in here, that you'll be able to book coaching sessions with me, because I'm normally pretty booked up in the daytime. Earlier hours, those get booked up really quickly, so I'm normally pretty booked at that time. But if you you got it, beautiful. I'm so grateful that you were able to get it. I definitely cannot wait for Tuesday night, so please come back to tell me story. Wait, as a matter of fact, not so quickly. Did we smell that perfume that we talked about? Yeah, I know. Did y'all smell the perfume? It's okay. Okay, nobody remembered, but it's okay. I didn't forget though, but it's cool. I didn't forget. Listen, y'all, you guys have an amazing night. Be blessed. Again, Life Beyond Narcissism, we go in and we talk about things that happen during a relationship with the narcissist, how to heal from a narcissistic relationship, and how to get your life back together after going through narcissistic abuse. And some of the steps it takes, we give out tips, information, and I'm here to answer your questions. If you need a one-on-one coaching session, please feel free to click the link in my bio, and I'll be more than happy to give you a one-on-one coaching session to help you get through the experiences and how to navigate a narcissistic relationship. Not everything is to be acted upon very suddenly. You need to have a plan, you need to have an exit strategy, and you need to be seeking proper advices. So please, guys, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Do not hesitate to ask me any questions. No question is too small, and no question is a dumb question. Okay. I'll be more, if it's something that I can answer via email really quickly, I'll do that. If it's something that's going to be more detailed, more lengthy, then I'll advise you to book a session. But other than that, if I can answer something really quickly, I'm more than happy to do so. Absolutely, Alicia, anytime. You forgot about the fragrance. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whenever it's the weekend now anyway. That was midweek. What kind of assignments, giving you guys project and stuff in the middle of the week. So check it out over the weekend or something if you want to. Rebane, and it's Million for Her. I love it. I think it's beautiful. But we know. Okay. Have an amazing night, guys. I love you guys so much. Let me go ahead and remove this link off the screen so I can do my little heart hand. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much. Have a wonderful night. Have a blessed night and be amazing. Good night, Danielle. Good night, Alicia. Good night, Spence. I appreciate y'all so much. Bye, y'all.